directions really quickly. Okay, so I'm setting the scene. Everybody listen. It says race to escape. Escape from Emoji Island. You and your classmates were headed on a field trip when your boat capsized on what seemed to be a deserted island. The adults were nowhere to be found. It wasn't long before you and your classmates realized that this wasn't a deserted island. Its inhabitants were emojis, and their leader was not a friendly guy. That brings us to now. You and your classmates are about to embark on a race to solve the puzzles and clues that the emojis throw at you. Only one team will make it off of Emoji Island. Will it be yours?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. So, first of all, I'm going to give you guys just a few seconds. Somebody has to figure out the group leader. The group leader, listen, the only special job that they do is they're going to bring me your answer once you guys have it. Okay, so it's just a messenger. Does everybody have a leader? Okay, so every time you guys have an answer or you need something from the king of emojis, okay, which is where you're going to get your questions, you're only going to send your group leader, not your whole group, okay? There's one other thing. This is a group activity, okay? There is an emoji den over here, okay? This is for kidnapped students. How do you become kidnapped, you ask, okay? If somebody is taking over the group's work, okay, so they're solving all the problems and they're kind of being a hog, okay, or they're taking over, that person's going to get kidnapped and they cannot help their friends and they're going to be stuck there for 3 minutes.
It says 5.
Okay? It says 5, but I'm going to cut it down a little bit because we don't have as much time. So you're going to be stuck there for 3 minutes where you can't help your team. So you have to make this a group effort. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, another thing. You guys are only going to have one paper to solve your problems on. But to make sure that everybody's participating, you're going to have an escape log. Okay? So every time you're going to have, let's see, there's 4 different questions that you have to solve before you get your worksheet paper. Okay, so it's like a clue before the big clue. Does that make sense? So when you guys solve those clues, you're going to write your answers down in your escape log. Okay? Does that make sense? So I'm going to pass out the escape logs. Everybody needs one. Put your name on it. And make sure you are following along with your group. Okay? Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to throw that at you. Okay, put your name on it. Listen, some of these problems might require you to write down some work. My suggestion to you is break up the problems so that each person is working on something. You're not just waiting on one person to solve it. Everybody can be working on something. Okay, so like say if there's 4 questions, give everybody in your group a question. So that way everybody's solving something, okay? So I think we are about ready to get started. I think I got all the directions down. If I don't remember something, then I'll let you guys know. So I'm going to be the king of emojis, okay? Because I have to check your answers to make sure you can move on to the next thing. So whenever you guys solve a little clue or a big clue, you have to send your group leader back to my table to check it. Okay, and I will give you the next clue if it's right, or I will say go back and try again. Okay? I'll also be monitoring. If I see anybody taking control, then I'm going to kidnap you. Okay? So I need the group leaders to come over here to get your first challenge.
No, we need 59. Oh, yeah, true. So, then that equals 9, and then 2 plus 1.
You're getting these. Oh, Nathan has this one. Nathan. 395. Did I do this?
That's 96.
Yeah. Say, but okay.
What about muscle? Do you know which one?
First one's
So 710 minus 33.
Which one are you doing it? I'm doing this one. I'm doing this one.
If you guys need extra paper, there's extra paper on the beach table.
No, Made up.
You're not helping me.
Yeah. Damon needs to be and now we gotta put it in our book. Yeah, we gotta turn this in.
Oh my gosh.
No, let's do the least grades. I am not. No, that's just a lie show.
How about a
Yeah.
T? No, it doesn't have to go up the whole page, but that's it, right? Should we skip that? Okay, I got the emoji.
How's it going, guys? Good? Okay, you got the emojis here, right here, so we can go check out.
Do we have to write the emojis down? Yep, right.
Read it out loud. Read it loud.
You escaped. The king of emojis was impressed by your team's hard work. He was graciously allowed you to leave the island and return home on his ship. Wave goodbye to the other teams. They're destined to spend the rest of their lives on Emoji Island.
Okay, so that's the end of our time. I wish we had more time, but we gotta switch. So listen.